Hey, it's Tom, the main one in the Lottery Winners, and I'm here with 932. I am doing very well. We are doing very well. It's very nice to be on a tour in the Netherlands headlining, and people come, like people are actually coming. Last night was sold out, tonight is really close, Amsterdam, very close. So that's very exciting, that's different for us. It's the first time that we've been over where people know who we are, which is exciting. I'm also very tired because we came straight off a UK tour, straight into the Netherlands, and then we go straight to Germany and beyond, and then release an album. So there's not a moment rest, and that's why I look so old right now. Usually I look far more handsome and far more slim. Yeah, Pinkpop Festival was absolutely massive for us. That was our first major festival in the Netherlands, and I can't believe how many people came to our set. And then that whole thing's now on YouTube if you want to go and watch it. I've watched it 33 times. Yeah, Pinkpop. I met Corey Taylor out of Slipknot at Pinkpop, and it's got the best catering out of any festival. I love this country. The only thing I don't like about this country is that everybody is so beautiful. Like, everybody is tall and beautiful, and I have to walk around looking like a frog, and I don't like that. I don't want to be a frog. But other than that, it really is an amazing place. Everybody's so friendly. The music venues in particular, they treat you really well. The catering, that's a big thing for me, catering, and it's always really nice. A lot of vegan stuff, actually. But other than that, it is nice. I'm not a vegan, but I want to be. I do like animals. Everybody is saying that our new album is going to be the best album that's ever been released. Like, literally everybody is saying that. Everybody's saying it's going to be better than any Beatles album, any Queen album, any Boyzone album. It's just going to probably be, no, I don't mean that. I'm very excited about it. The singles have gone amazingly well. I think a lot of people have already got the artwork tattooed on them, which I think is a bold move before the album's out, because we've released 4 singles. What if the other 8 songs are just really terrible, and then you have that tattooed on you for life? Idiots! Wait! No, I think this album was written really quickly and organically, and there wasn't a lot of time stewing over the way everything should be and arrangements, and it kind of just happened all together at the same time. And I think for that reason it sounds really authentic, and it's the way that it should be, because we didn't just forensically pull it apart and try and change things too much. I think that songs present themselves in a way, and the more you try and change the way that a song is organically, the more you're going to end up with something that doesn't resonate with people. I think that the process was the same with our last album, Anxiety Replacement Therapy, which was a UK #1 album, and I love that album. But our first album, certainly, and probably the second one, because we had a lot of time during COVID, we spent way too much time on it. And now I hate half of that first album. I just hate half of it. I won't listen to it. I don't think it's because I've heard it too much. I think it's because we changed it so much. And we really tried to change it to be what was kind of happening in music at the time, like following trends. I mean, I do think it's a good album, obviously, but I'm much more proud of Anxiety Replacement Therapy and KOKO as a representation of us as artists. Okay, so it's a polar bear. The first animal is a polar bear because it's quite rare, and it's not something that everybody's going to see, but when you do see it, it's special, and it kind of hides in the mainstream. It just needs to do this and then it's hidden. But it's also got this ferocious edge to it, as well as being very cute. If it gets hungry, it will eat its own cubs. So that's the first animal. And then the second animal that my album is a little hamster, because hamsters are nostalgic, and I feel like to me anyway, I feel like the album is nostalgic, and it's also quite cute in places, and but it can get a deceiving amount of meaning into its cheeks. So it might present itself all cute, but if you look inside the cheeks, there's a lot going on there. I love Frank Turner. I love everything about the man. Not only his songs and his songwriting, but also just like his work ethic and his heart and his head. Not his head. His brain. He's just an amazing human being, and I'm very privileged to have done 3 songs with him, and I think it's become quite a tradition now, so he's going to have to be on just every record we ever put out, and I think he's up for it as well. We recently supported him at his 3,000th show at the Alexandra Palace in London, which is a beautiful 10,000 cap venue, but just all on the floor, so there's no like balconies or anything, it's just all on the floor, and it was just like a sea of people, and it was amazing to see him, and emotional to see him playing that after such a journey of 3,000 shows. But a lot of people said that we stole the show. Nobody said that. Yeah, so I think what I did is I approached Frank when he was at his most vulnerable. He was very jet lagged. He just got back from Japan, and he knew we were filming a music video but didn't know the concept. So I was just like, right Frank, get the shorts on, we're getting in the boxing ring and we're gonna kiss. And he was like, okay, yeah, fine. I think he was too tired to even argue. He was very keen to kiss. He kept asking for it in new angles. He was like, are you sure we've got it? Can we get it from the left? Can we get it from the right? Can we get it from above? I'm like, Frank, we've got the kiss, let's move on. That's not true. There's loads of artists that I want to work with. I think like the collaborative kind of approach to writing songs has really opened my eyes to that I don't know everything all the time, and there are a lot of really clever people, and sometimes when you get those really clever people's ideas along with my ideas, who's also a clever people, then you can get something really special. Like for instance, You Again, which is from the record, was a collaboration with John McClure from Reverend and the Makers. He wrote the chorus, I wrote the verses, we just sent them to each other over WhatsApp, and that's my favourite song on the album. So yeah, I want to work with everybody.
Sorry.
Bless you. I want to work with everybody. I want to do a song with Robbie Williams next. The whole Robbie thing happened in a really strange way. He just heard one of our songs on the radio and reached out, and we genuinely became friends really quickly. We did a lot of phone calls together, we still do, and just chatting. And he like me, has ADHD, and he does like what I want to do. Like, he's the better version of me, so he allows me to ask him a lot of advice all the time, which is really nice. Like, he's almost like a therapist kind of character to me. Like, if I'm feeling sad, he'll want to know why, and he'll want to help. And for a man who's clearly so busy, he's got a lot of time to talk to me, and I really love him for that. But the gigs, they're going to be incredible. It's stadiums, it's the biggest gigs we'll have ever done, and probably ever will do. And we're incredibly grateful that Rob would give us that opportunity. I call him Rob because I'm his friend. What would the best superpower be for touring? Teleportation. Because it's the travel. The travel is the worst bit about touring, especially if you're in a van like we are for this Europe tour. It's not too bad on a tour bus because you'll just wake up in the next place. But the only thing about a tour bus is you wake up in the next place and you're absolutely dying to use the toilet for a poo, but you can't poo on the bus. So my 2 superpowers would be teleportation and being allowed to poo on the bus. I'm allowed to poo on the bus, man! Yeah, my favourite song to currently play live is a song called UFO, which is from our new album KOKO, which is out on the 21st of March. And it's just a real emotional one, and I get to rip a big fat guitar solo in it, and everyone goes, oh wow. Let's see what this one says. It's, what kind of artist or band would you choose to erase from the history of music? And that's from Jacob Amir. Leonidon. Okay, who would I erase from the history of music? Oh, you could get me in so much trouble. I've got my real answers, but what is my interview answer? Can I not be honest? I would erase... who do I hate? Who do I always go on about hating? No, because the first album's good. The 2 bands that I'm going to erase are a very small band from the UK that no one's heard of called Embrace, and a band called Red Hot Chili Peppers, because I just think the lyrics are absolutely awful. I don't know what he's even talking about sometimes. Cling film, frisbee, pistol, coke can, absolutely no substance. And I was going to say something about his girlfriend being young, but I won't say that. What is the most rewarding thing about being in a band for you? And that is from Point North. Well, Point North, I'm glad you asked. My most rewarding thing is when doing a show, looking around and seeing the joy on people's faces. Because let's be real, the music industry is kind of broken. None of us are getting rich. We've got to find our perks where we can. And the perk for me is a room full of joy. So one of my favorite things to do is we've got this photographer called Sam, and after the show he'll send me all the photos from the back behind me, and I can see the crowd, and I just like zooming right in on people's faces and when they're all smiling and think, I did that, they love you, they really love you, you are amazing. I just want to say I'm very grateful to everybody in the Netherlands that's coming to see us. It's a huge dream of ours to play in all these amazing cities and all these amazing places. Thank you to everyone that discovered us at Pinkpop and then came to see us again. We really appreciate it, and we're going to keep coming back. So we'll see you soon. Every time I do eat an animal, I just think about my little cat, Rex, and I wouldn't eat him. Why would I eat a lamb? A cute little baby lamb. Should we get a McDonald's?